Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is a Sunday night, and we are here for some fun TTRPG shenaniganry. I have some fabulous friends, and I'm going to throw to the man who's in charge of this shenaniganry. Hey, Chris, would you like to introduce yourself and then tell me where we're going next?
Welcome, everyone. My name is Chris Geary. As some of you know, I am the host with the most for this show, as we will be delving into the world of Castle Falkenstein. With me, I have three amazing players. We have the fairy godmother, we have the mad scientist, and we have the action alchemist, all of which you can see quotes from if you go to Blue Sky and over to Prax the Bard and check out what they have to say. Tonight's show, we will kick off in the fair city of Amsterdam, where they will meet with their, what do you call it? Their handler, yes, about their course of action to stop the world from being held hostage once again. So I will now go clockwise on what you all see, and I'm going to throw it back to Deirdre Donlon to introduce the fairy godmother, and then we'll go around the circle.
Oh, that's great. So yes, hey everybody, I am your friendly neighborhood Prax, your streamer extraordinaire for tonight. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I get to play Lady Deirdre. And yes, she might be just a wee tiny bit murderous and fairy, so the murder fairy godmother does seem appropriate in this instance. Also, you know, hate the British Crown.
As one should, one good Irish person should, yes. So, next to our lovely genius, super genius, shall we say?
Hello. Yes, 'tis I, Laugh Love Lindy. And I will be playing Zephyrin Moreau, who has dreams of greatness. She aspires to great things. She just needs to figure out what her magnum opus is going to be. What is going to be the pinnacle of her inventions? She hasn't figured it out yet. But when she gets there, certain people are going to be very impressed.
And last but never least, the action alchemist himself.
I'm too rich. What people? Lindy, what people? Will
Just,
be impressed.
Specific people, other great inventors and crafty people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
People who are also great. Other great people.
Right.
High-ranking, influential, very influential people.
People. By great, you mean good, right? Like good-hearted?
Great does never make it good.
Well,
great is a superlative and
JP.
good is merely a comparative.
I'm Trooper SJP, and I will be playing for you Adelwulf Brandt, our action alchemist. Briefly in the war. Which war? You know how it is. Wanting to do right and save the world, as we do. And that is me. And everyone has their caveats. My caveat is I do not yet have my facial scar, but I will have it next week. That's my caveat. But so just imagine a big fencing scar just whoosh, on my face. Like flames on the side of my face, but it's actually a fencing scar on the side of my face.
Excellent. Thank you all for the introductions. And now we will set the scene. We are in the city of Amsterdam, a place much like what we think of today in modern world. Progressive, bustling red light district. Nobles from various places vacation here because it has its independent sort of standing amongst the rest of New Europa. And we find ourselves in the lodge of the benefactor of our party as they go to meet with their handler, and they will join, at least temporarily, the Society of the Loyal Hammer, which is a subsidiary of the Grand Order of the Freemasonic Lodge, a group that seeks to perpetuate good and righteousness amongst the world. In the foyer, you find a fairly typical noble Victorian building, marble floors, portraits of progenitors on the walls, and a house servant that approaches you. He's dressed in a typical black suit and says, "Welcome to whomever it is that shows up first."
Who is more punctual? How do people feel about punctuality? What is everyone's punctual feelings? I will just note that Adolf, being German, will always be there 5 minutes early, but I don't know how early everybody else shows up.
I'm French, so you know. Often, I imagine she'd like to be on time, but she often gets distracted by her projects and her work and doodling in her diary, which has keep out Zephyrine Eyes only and stuff on it. Yeah.
If
So I imagine she's late, but not a lot, just a little late.
I think it's this classic, very, very European thing. The German arrives precisely 5 minutes early. The Irish woman arrives precisely when it's appropriate to do so, which is about 2 minutes late. And the French woman shows up precisely when it is inappropriate to do so and makes a statement doing so.
That sounds...
Oh yeah, I don't enter rooms quietly. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't.
It depends on the room in which I am entering.
So I think Adolf will arrive first, 5 minutes early, and he will wait outside until, it's time to sort of step in. So he'll probably be there, he'll probably step in right on precisely. Because I imagine he'll wait for the bells to chime. Mm-hmm. And then he'll walk in, and he's sort of, I've got too many things written down. We have his, everything written. So he's, 41, so early 40s. He is quite athletic looking for a nerd. And he is wearing a safari coat and a scarf, in case one is going to go adventuring, as one might do. A fez, which notes his sorceress proclivities. He has a wicked fencing scar, although it wasn't gotten from fencing, although one could assume that, as many people have their fencing scars that way. And he has a wand in a holster, and has got a leather-bound pack, leather-bound book, sigils. He's got that action alchemist sort of vibe, but has got there's a sort of a refinement, but not nobility, if that makes any sense. He's well mannered. He has clearly had his etiquette lessons, but he's a little bit too precise because if you're like really a noble, you can slouch more because you actually have that about level of money that you can kind of not pay attention to those rules as much. But he keeps himself proper, uh, and he sort of steps in. Ah, what time of day is it?
Mm, Let's say just after lunch, about 1:30ish.
Mm. Guten Tag, he says as he sort of steps in.
Ah, welcome. My name is Henry, and I will be escorting you to your meeting.
Do
I
I
assume that
do I
you
know
are the
Henry?
esteemed. Um, no, Henry
Because
is not necessarily anything other than the keeper of the house. So he doesn't do much of the correspondence per se, but physically here you will get to know Henry.
right. So now, just to establish,
Mhm,
um, I'm from the Grand Order of the Freemasonic Lodge,
mhm,
but Lindy's character is from the Society of the Loyal Hammer.
correct.
So this is right. But I have been attached to the society for a bit, right, to sort of
Mhm.
do whatever they ever need us to do. So I have not been to this chapter house, or is he?
Well,
Because
I'll
I
leave
would
that
pay
up to
attention to
you.
people who are,
Have
because I
you?
imagine Adelbrand coming from a more
Mhm,
uh, not from a noble family pays attention to people who work places, right? He
true.
doesn't he doesn't not know who works there because so if he would have met Henry before, he would sort of like nod to
Mhm,
Henry um, with that sort of
mhm.
recognition.
The Masons have their own lodge in Amsterdam, so it would be up to you
Mm,
as to
mm,
whether or not you've visited
uh,
this lodge. Um,
uh, Probably to see Zephyrin.
okay.
Ah,
It's good to see you. I am the esteemed Adelwulf Bront. Uh,
ah, Henry, how's everything in the chapter house?
uh, Fairly calm.
Ah, well, if we're being called here, there must be something. I trust. How is your family?
Family as well. Thank you for asking. Um,
Good.
the youngest is starting her formal education,
Ah,
and
good.
the eldest is now of age to apply to different academies to extend her education if we can find scholarship for such.
Ah, well, we will see if I hear anything. We can find out. But if I can give a letter of recommendation for your oldest, I certainly will. I don't know how much um, sway my words will carry, but I can be a character witness.
I would appreciate that greatly, and will let you know if we are able to take advantage of such an offer.
Of course. Uh,
This
Maybe
conversation
think
is happening while you all are walking.
walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe thinks about studying in France or England, somewhere a little bit farther away from the Iron Kaiser.
Well, that would be good for her safety for sure. Um,
Mm.
I will speak with her mother about that.
Mm. And just sort of like give him like a friendly pat on the shoulder as I sort of walk into,
Mhm.
uh, I imagine the library or the
Yep.
lounge or the wherever it is will be
It'll actually
meeting.
be the library for this particular meeting. Um, for social events, it would be the sitting room, but this is about business. And so they bring
Mm.
you into the library, um, which is more like a um, wing of this particular building.
Hmm.
And he'll lead you to one of the alcoves where there's a nice round table that seats about seven um, at most. Currently, there
Mm.
are four chairs prepared, the others are set aside. So it's a fairly large table.
Mm.
And he'll gesture to the table and say, "Have a seat wherever you like."
Ah, thank you. Thank you very much. And he'll sit very quiet. He'll sit in this way that like just start sitting precisely, waits a little bit, and then kind of just relaxes just a little. Not overly much, not overly familiar, but you know, uh, he's not Prussian. Let me put it that way. So he doesn't have a up.
Yeah,
His spine is a little bit less, is more loose, is what I'll say.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not stiff in all situations. Got it.
Right. Hmm. You know what I'm saying.
So Henry will then take his leave and make his way back to the front door, where about this amount of time has passed, and he will have found our fairy godmother.
Yes. She looks about somewhere in that indeterminate age between 30 and dead that all good Irishmen achieve at some point in their lives. And she walks in, glances kind of head cocked for a minute. Henry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How is your daughter's going to school in the near future, right?
Indeed. She just graduated from primary and is looking at academies now.
Good. I'll come talk to your charming lady wife. I have plans.
Oh.
Am I checking the sword today?
No, not today.
Ah, very good. You're having problems with something else. What's wrong?
Not me personally. There's a little bit of an edge in the lodge, but everything is fairly calm at this point because they trust you all to be able to handle what's on the horizon.
I'm sure. And we're not sending your daughter to any English schools. And she just kind of like continues moving.
Understood, ma'am. And Henry will walk you to the library. And as I mentioned previously with Adelwolf, it is more like one of the wings of the building that's been set aside. There's 2 stories with the open, that whole open area in the center. And it's lined with shelves. There are some different rooms for research off of a variety of walls, but he'll walk you to one of the alcoves, and you will find a large table, large enough to seat about 7, but currently set up for 4, with Adelwolf Brandt currently seated at the table, whom I'm sure you know.
Oh, I know.
Immediately rises when the lady walks in, of course.
As she comes in, and Henry turns to leave, she's wearing this long 2-piece green tweed walking suit, and with a red tie, and just there's a small hint of a pin at her collar. And as Henry turns to walk away, she'll gesture and pull literally the sword that's been strapped to her back, but nobody could see because glamours are fine things, and sets it on the table, and then walks around and grabs the side of Adelwolf's face. Is like, "You haven't been eating."
Oh, and there's, I think, I say this for the audience. Some people are quite clearly supernatural beings with huge amounts of power. Adelbert and Henry are not the people I'm referring to at this moment. Just going to note that. And so there is, if there's one thing you always need to know, you must always respect the Fae. Always, always, always. And, there is this sort of immediate sort of respectful deference, as if this is a person that he has probably known and has seen in various moments since he was born. A person who is ancient. Doesn't look it, looks great, looks wonderful, has been around perhaps more than a few centuries, let's say. And so there is that sort of respect of being in the, like if Galadriel walks in the room, you know what I mean? Like you're going to go and be respectful. And there's like, he smiles, but he looks guilty a little bit. He goes, well, you know, milady, I have been sometimes a bit distracted by trying to find a universal solution, and I was
I'm
not
going to hire
eating.
you a new housekeeper. Obviously, we're going to get you a new housekeeper. We're going to talk about this. You can't keep not eating. You can't think if you can't eat.
Well, I do try to eat sometimes, but the last housekeeper was, well, there's a lot of soot, and sometimes explosions happened. So, you know, I
And
lost
this
the
is
last
what
one.
happens when
Not
you
through
trust-
injury. Not through injury, just they found it a bit noisy.
Did you injure yourself?
I got better.
That is not. And she kind of, as she's talking, is going to turn and sit, like, kind of at the chair and, like, side, perfectly polite. And while Adelwolf may have slouched a little bit, she doesn't. It's that Mary Poppins level of perfect posture.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not any judgment on anyone. It's just her innate
Yes. Yep.
movements, right? Like, it's not, she doesn't use it as a means to
Yeah.
intimidate. It's just her. And she goes,
Yep.
I know a fine lady who's looking for work, and she's not going to put up with any of your nonsense in a way that would cause you to be problematic. We just need to get you a
All right.
wife.
Oh, do you know my? Oh, do you think Zephyrine will be here? You know, because
I don't think she's going to qualify for you to be a wife.
No, but she's of marrying age, and she should. Oh, Zephyrine, how's did your?
Hello, I have arrived.
Zephyrine, darling.
I just let myself in because this is my lodge's house's my house orders lodge. Yes, that's the word.
Yep. Yes.
And she says that, and she's got like a little takeaway box of probably macarons and like other pastries and sweet treats in her hands. I came as soon as I could after lunch, and I brought us all dessert.
Ah.
Charming, my dear, charming.
About now, the Henry
What does
will
she look
arrive with
like?
tea.
Yeah.
What does she look like? Our
Oh, yes.
Zephyrine.
Zephyrine, she is a young lady with pale. She could probably do with some more sun. You know, just she's pasty. She's a pasty girl. Dark hair, curly, just kind of all thrown up into a. It was probably done in a nicer bun this morning, but somewhere between when she was done up by whatever, staff she may have had to assist her, and now it's been kind of re-put up in places. Like, it's fallen out and it's been kind of half-assedly put back up. She's got goggles sitting on the top of her head that were probably still on when she swung open the doors and then like put them up. Red kind of what's the word? Scientist. No, like the coat.
Oh. Yeah. A lab coat.
Yeah. She's got like a lab coat on, swanky lab coat on with like rubber gloves, and probably some really low-heeled boots for practicality. Also, probably a little rubberized to, electrical currents and whatnot. You want rubber shoes and rubber gloves. That's just basic safety. She looks a little plump. You need brain food. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You need brain food if you're going to be a great inventor. So there's that. And she definitely also looks like she has money. Like she carries herself in a way that says, I am noble. But I don't care that much because she's young and of a marriageable age. She's a very eligible young lady. Let's just say that. Probably a little perfume, but underneath that perfume is definitely like some oil and grease scent a little bit of sound, the scent of machinery.
Zephyrine, how are your it is good to see you. How are your parents?
Oh, they are doing fine as always. Very good.
Good.
How are you?
I am doing well. Been working on the universal solution. I've not yet solved it, but working on it.
You'll get there.
I lost my last housekeeper after the explosion, but
What happens?
I'll take care of it. This is
Oh,
what happens when you
good.
hire. Mm. Zephyrin, darling, you look lovely.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I don't do any of the hiring. My parents do that, so I don't know. I imagine it is difficult.
Uh, yeah, it's not normally so, but well, sometimes I'm sure you understand. Where you live is also a lab, laboratory,
Mm.
isn't
Hmm.
sometimes the people who come normal
Yes,
sort of
yes, I have
housekeeping.
taken naps in my laboratory workspace before, so I imagine that is how it is, but longer naps.
Yes, 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 and but sometimes they don't like the explosions. It makes them nervous.
Mm.
So it's hard to
Ugh.
keep them to. Should probably just
Have
give
you
up, honestly.
considered trying to get like a deaf housekeeper so the explosions do not rattle them so much?
I think it's also the soot, you know.
Oh, isn't that their job though to clean it all up? I mean, that's what my
Yeah,
housekeepers
but
do.
well, yeah, but it is a bit much of the soot, you know.
That is their job.
Uh, uh,
So sorry.
uh,
It's like,
uh,
and I'm not seeing the problem here. Yeah, that's their if we didn't have soot, they wouldn't have a job. Like, what are we, what are we arguing about? Yeah.
I guess so.
Hmm.
But we, there's apparently something. Oh, thank you for the tea, Henry.
Ah,
There's
yes. Oui,
something afoot,
merci.
apparently.
Oh,
Well, there are many
I
things afoot. The
don't know
question
what.
is what we're supposed to be doing about it. Also, if you have that much soot, what is your ventilation looking like? That can't be good for your lungs.
Oh, ventilation would need a little bit more of a uh, income for a larger sort of set of apartments. My apartment is not so uh, full. I try to do most of the work in the chapter house, my chapter house, but sometimes you get inspirations in the middle of the night and you want to go and
middle of the night,
do
and you must write it down and do something
uh,
about it, or whip out the toolbox. I understand.
exactly. So it could be perhaps a little. Well, I will note there's a little bit better ventilation now after the explosion.
Do you have a hole in your roof, Adelwolf?
Uh,
Are you sleeping in a
yes,
house with a hole in your roof?
I would say more like upper wall near the roof, also part roof, part wall. Just yes,
I know your mother
yes.
taught you better than that. I know your mother taught you better than that. It's not good for
But
your
if you
health.
don't have the full roof, shouldn't your ventilation be good?
Apparently
Yes,
not. If it's
it's
got all
much
this
better
soot.
now. It's better now since I've had this explosion.
Silver lining.
Well, you do see that if you are exceptionally effective in what we're asking you to do, we could maybe fix your ventilation issue for you, Adolf. A
Oh,
woman, mm, mid to late 40s, um, dressed in a very tailored pantsuit, a little progressive for the time, but definitely someone who is lends themselves towards action. You can see it in her posture, and she enters the alcove, and
how old is she?
mid to late 40s.
Mm-hmm. Taking my
She's
notes.
got amber hair, not quite blonde, not quite brown, that in between kind of
Mm-hmm.
shade, and bright blue eyes. And she takes a seat, adjusts her tie, and says, "Welcome, each of you. I know you all have very busy schedules, and so we here at the Loyal Hammer appreciate your willingness to step up in the name of justice and
Of course.
deal with our problem for us. For those of you that have not met me before, you can call me Thea.
I imagine I know her, but I don't know her. If you know what I mean, like
Mhm.
I imagine I probably have seen her and someone's like, oh, that's so and so at some sort of joint event, but I don't think I
Yes. Yeah, and she
know the
has a
person.
reputation, at least amongst Amsterdam and
Hmm.
throughout the order. So Zephyrine would be one that would be familiar with her. Um, and you never know who Deirdre is familiar with for the longevity
I think
of such a character. So um,
I,
what is her reputation?
she is known as someone that gets things done, but she is also known as someone who deals less politically and more with finality when she is
Ooh.
sent into the field. So if they are looking for a scorched earth option, they refer it to Thea. Um,
uh, she's not the diplomatic one. She's not the talky one. Like if you see her, that's not good for you.
Typically, yeah. That means that something went horribly wrong and there were no other options left.
Mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
which is one of the reasons why she's no longer with either the Illuminati or the Masonic Lodge, because they both want things to be a little bit more diplomatic, and the Loyal Hammer took her in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Fair enough.
I think it's a case of Deirdre doesn't know her in particular, but did research her when she found out that Zephyrine was going to be moving into the
Mm-hmm.
order house in Amsterdam for just, polite reasons.
Fair, fair.
You know, it's important to know who's watching over people. And probably knows her by reputation more than anything else at this point.
Yeah. What is this problem that I was told to come? There was something important, but I don't know what it is
Yes.
that's is a problem.
We have, shall we say, gained a bit of insight into the activities of our dear friends, the World Crime League.
It's called Crime League.
Yes.
Really? Do go on.
There is a man of
Suspicious.
science in Oslo named Anders Nordholm.
I feel he was a terrible, terrible scum of the earth type of human being.
Well, for a while we thought of him as mostly a
Despicable.
bumbling buffoon, if I should be honest, but he has since
Not what I've heard.
upgraded due to some funding that came in from the English. And
It all comes down to funding, doesn't it?
he seems to be working on some form of infernal machine. He's getting close enough that we believe he will finish it within the next month or so. And according to our information, he plans on holding the world hostage.
What?
Yes. If we do not pay, it seems the plan is to melt the northern polar ice cap and flood the northern hemisphere.
Some sort of diabolical mastermind.
Wouldn't that flood
must be
both
stopped.
hemispheres? Because the water would eventually, equalize.
Probably eventually. It would go down there eventually, but proximity, more danger.
That's true. Yes.
What is he asking for?
He has not sent demands yet, but our spies within the World Crime League have pieced together what seems to be the plan. And right now, somewhere in the industrial district of Oslo, he seems to be working on this machine. We don't have much information on what it looks like or how it functions, We just know what the end goal is supposedly. Now, this could all be a smokescreen, as like I said, Anders wasn't really on our radar for quite some time due to his questionable aptitude.
Well, you don't imagine that he's working on his own. I assume he has some sort of the knowledge of the higher ups.
We are certain that they are supplying something in the way of assistance, maybe even guidance.
Like, how high up are we thinking?
Not 100% certain, but we do believe that one Dr. Yu has been involved. He is a devious man of science from the East. Last we heard, he was working on some form of immortality, which is why we were a little confused as to his role here. But
if there are malefactors who want to destroy the world, then we must stop them.
Indeed. I think destruction is less their goal, and wresting power from others is more what they wish to do.
That does seem more their style. Do you think this goes all the way up to Mr. Moriarty? In terms of
something of this scale probably does not happen without Moriarty's consent.
I see. We definitely need to get involved.
Yes, Moriarty is a menace.
Indeed. Crafty. Quite charismatic. I met him once.
Did you really? What was it like?
Yes, what was he like, this villain?
There was a bit of chill in the air, just in his presence. He's, charismatic in a way, even though you know that he is up to no good. In social circles, you might consider him, or his personality, that of a philanderer, as he's able to woo you with words, even though you know his intentions are ill.
It's not good.
No.
The World Crime League has been a thorn in the side of good society for quite some time.
Absolutely. Anders' affiliation has been administrative for many years. He could be a patsy in all of this, and someone else is actually behind it. But again, we are uncertain.
Well, is there some sort of diabolical device meant to melt the ice caps? I know of this Infernal devices. It's a mix of both steam technology and also magic, and also perhaps even depending otherworldly powers.
Yes, we aren't 100% certain if any of the Fae are involved, which is one of the reasons why we reached out to Lady Deirdre, in hopes that if they are, she would be able to have a better insight into their role.
Well, I can tell you right now, the current plan isn't involved in flooding the northern hemisphere with polar ice caps. I would seem to think that that would be problematic on many a level. I do have a question for your charming self, though. You said that Anders was well known as more of an administrative type. Are we talking
Indeed.
financial or logistical?
Logistical.
Hmm.
Sort of a middle management kind of paper pusher.
Mm.
Talented enough to get recognized, but not talented enough to lead projects, which is why it was strange to see him as the primary on this.
Who might have the knowledge, the skill to do this sort of thing? Zephyrin, you are somewhat acquainted with the people who work on such technology. Who comes to mind who might have the level of skill to do this besides, well, this fellow?
From what I've heard of this fellow, he has lofty aspirations, but I do not have. I mean, they could be going about it any number of ways. Melting ice caps. I mean, we go for the classics like a heat generating device, but you could also use a cold nullifying device. So you could do something that works with vibrations. I mean, there's so many ways you could melt polar ice caps, really.
The worst one I could think of involves a volcano, but those are always problematic.
No. I think I was more wondering,
though.
do you know any scientists, rogue scientists,
Rogue
by reputation,
scientists.
in your circles who might have the skills to do this? If our Anders does not necessarily have it, who might he have been working with, do you think?
Would I have any ideas? The host with the most?
Some reputation sort?
Probably, or you definitely have some ideas for sure. The question is who would be willing to work with the World Crime League on something of this scale?
Yes, not many people are willing to work with the World Crime League on this big of a scale, but what do you think?
Because I just feel like, out of character, some people might have heard who hangs out in those circles.
Some people might really be trying to get into the World Crime League.
Nobody we know.
One Frenchman comes to mind that you never really liked, but has taken
not Mr. Jules Verne then.
No, not the esteemed Jules Verne. Someone who seemed to have his eye on you for a while, but never seemed to really be all that exceptional outside of the laboratory. His name is Renaud Leblanc.
Yeah, I suppose Renaud Leblanc could be a potential option. He's nothing remarkable outside of the lab, though.
Maybe. Interesting. Also, Lindy's going to get me to swap into French. Don't do it.
You were going to get me to swap into German.
I'm so sorry. Me too.
I'm going to be talking like, you know how many times I almost said Herr Verne, Herr Jules Verne.
I know.
No.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Herr Moriarty? No.
I'm trying real hard to not getting stuck on either of the two of you, but...
It's
we all
difficult.
Very distinct, strong accents, and we're all like, "Oh no, the slippage."
Strong choices. Slippage. Yep.
The other name that comes to mind immediately when you said this is a brash American who's trying to make a name for himself. His name is Balthazar Peters.
Oh, there's also this really brash American. Balthazar Peters.
Is he American or Texan? I like the Texans. They're fun.
I think
he's colonial. He's from the original, one of the original 7.
Just regular American? I do not believe I've met a Texan.
I think we should introduce you to a couple of them. I think they'd be quite fond of your times for fun.
Maybe later though. We have so much work to do right now.
No, hopefully he's not part of the American Freemasons. They have taken a turn for the chaotic and, well, evil.
He actually is.
This is... There's a sort that would work with the World Crime League.
Is Balthasar Peters in the World Crime League? Do I know?
Not that you know.
Okay, good. Because
But
I was gonna be real sore spot if he beat me to the World Crime League.
But I bet he was.
Not that I'm trying to get into the World Crime League or anything.
I bet his application was looked at.
Yeah, as a member of the American Masonic Order, he definitely would not be someone who wasn't on the World Crime League's radar if he shows any talent.
Ugh, disgusting.
Yes, we should look out for this. This is dangerous. So, Madame, I'm thinking that you want us to go to Oslo, track down this machine, then dismantle it.
Yes, tear it apart piece by piece.
Dismantling would be great. What would be even better is if you are able to sabotage it in such a way that it destroys itself when they try to
We
use it.
must understand how it works in order to sabotage it, you know. So I would be happy to do so. I would love to study it in great detail and then sabotage it.
Because if we can ruin the reputations of those involved at the same time as stopping them, that would be the ideal situation.
So this is a bit more covert. This is you want us to come in like a mist, like Ether, do the secret sabotage and then make our way out.
If possible, yes. Which is one of the reasons why I will not be accompanying you.
Oh, such a shame.
Well, it is your reputation as being effective is a procedure. It is therefore a shame we do not have you with us, but you can count on us to.
Yeah, you have a great talent for destruction that I very much admire.
I was going to say efficiency and also,
efficiency is also very good, yes, but style also plays into it, you know. She's very stylish.
So,
destruction.
Your airship will be ready to leave for Oslo in 2 days.
Right. And you said it's in the industrial district of Oslo.
Indeed, which is why we're sending you by airship. So if you wish air reconnaissance, you can do such before landing. We also happen to have had a favor with some of the local dwarves to be able to make such a thing happen on our own budget, as we are not the largest of lodges.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, I imagine we'll have to get prepared and then he saves the world.
Yes, whatever it is that you need to seek out, we will do our best with our connections to try and help you.
Nice. Well, thank you. Is there anything else that you think we should know?
Well, she'll kind of like look over her shoulder and look back. You will have noticed at that point, if not earlier, Adolf, that this particular alcove is set up with like sound dampening, so whatever is said here doesn't seem to travel. She seemed to have been checking to see if the wards were still in place. And she says, if those involved are unable to continue to be involved, I would not shed a tear.
Say, if you want someone dead, just tell me. Honestly, speaking around the backwards.
Oh,
Yes,
if
again,
it was
there's
just
not
you and
harmony.
I would be happy to say so.
Oh, I would be happy to see this terrible, terrible land is not all removed from the face of this earth.
The minute she says that, Deirdre kind of leans forward, and it's the first time like she's broken like this perfect posture for her. She leans forward, she's like, "Who doesn't want them dead? That's here in this building right this second."
I think
Leaving
it's a
aside,
valid point.
because if they're trying to protect them on this level of situation, I'm concerned. A little bit.
As well, you should be, but I just find him especially terrible out of all of the. From what I've heard, the terrible brandy and the World Evil Organization, Crime League, just terrible.
No offense to Mr. Brunt, but the attaché from the Grand Masonic Lodge is of the opinion that we should not get blood on our hands unless absolutely necessary.
People might be able to be reformed or put into prison or otherwise stopped from doing nefarious deeds, but people are always redeemable. It's possible to perhaps make them a credit to society rather than a detriment to it.
This is true, Adelwulf, but if we're concerned about somebody building an infernal machine that's going to destroy the world, you need to be able to protect yourself. And if somebody's turning around and saying, actively trying not to kill somebody who might be actively trying to kill you, I need to know it because they might have other motives involved. We talked about this. The gentleman who... She kind of pauses and stops and then rewinds what she was about to say. So... remember what we talked about individuals who might have other alternative means and why we should be concerned about those?
Yeah.
Someone who is actively saying don't kill somebody who's actively trying to kill you. Like, the conversation about, if it happens to happen, that one thing, but saying actively try to keep them alive, that's a different conversation, right?
Well, I mean, you can stop someone from doing bad things without necessarily killing them.
True, but at the same time, if my life is in danger, I'm going to act responsibly. Yes? Yes.
Yes, of course, but for a gams, I would imagine you have the ability to turn someone into a toad or something, or
We've talked about this. I don't do sorcery.
Well, I mean, you have mysterious powers. You can do all sorts of things, right? I
can do many things, but not that. And she kind of like rubs the side of her face. So who's this new attaché from the Mason's Lodge? I haven't met them yet, have I?
No, not yet. He's a Greek citizen who recently was given the position. Spiros Barbaglow, I believe, is how you say the name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he has a good reputation for making nice with some of the more pacifist lodges. Which makes me laugh when they say pacifist lodges, especially since they're speaking of typically those associated with the Vatican. But that's neither here nor there.
There's a long pause. I look forward to meeting the gentleman in the future.
But I'm sure there'll be something at the Grand Ball or something. We'll all be there, most likely, and we could make introductions. We can also just turn them to stone or into a statue. There's ways to do this without permanently killing them, but taking... so sorry. Yes, I imagine we should pack our bags. You don't expect us to be going into the wilds, do you? Or should I bring a tent?
As far as our information is known, they are primarily operating out of Oslo. Now, we don't know where the actual machine is being assembled.
So pack a coat for cold weather.
So it is possible that they are assembling it outside of the city, but it is being manufactured within the city somewhere.
All right. Yes. Well then, I won't bring a tent, but a good jacket just in case. And, well, books, vials, whatever's needed.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Shall we be at the docks, the air docks? Is that where you'd like us in, what, 2 days' time?
No, it will actually. You'll want to go to the theater district.
Oh,
Yo.
Mm-hmm. And go to the Grand Amsterdam Theater. Go around to the back, and there is a door that leads to the basement from the outside. And when you're ready, you'll want to knock there. That is where the dwarves are based out of.
Ah, yes.
I see.
Are these particular individuals? And she has this long pause as she like makes eye contact with Thea. How many bottles are we bringing in advance?
One of them is quite the prolific drinker. His name is Brix. His partner's name is Swizzle.
I'm familiar with the gentleman.
They do have quite the reputation.
Is that bricks with an X or with a CKS, like the
With an X.
masonry?
I was hoping it was an X.
Yes.
It's more exciting.
I mean, I feel like stonemasonry is quite exciting, like a good, strong, solid bit of stone. It's not... That can be exciting. Yeah. Well,
But yes, they are well-known craftsmen. Though they typically apply their trade to theater and to set design.
I've seen a couple of their plays. They're quite good. Their artistry is
Oh.
grand.
well, then I look forward to seeing this on the way back after we defeat this diabolical mastermind and save the world.
Indeed. Is there anything in particular that you all might need from us for your trip?
Do you have any contacts in Oslo that we should report to, or that we can speak with?
Oh, that is probably something I should have given you. My apologies. I got a little focused on the mission itself and less about the, I guess, how we take care of it. You will find lodging at the Grand Oslo Hotel. You will want to speak with Helena Erdahl. Or I guess Helena, depending on how she pronounces it. I've never met the woman. She seems to know a lot of things about a lot of people.
All right. How can we recognize her? Does she have any distinguishing marks, or some ways that we know it's her, not some sort of a doppelganger?
Oh, that is an excellent point. Let
Code
me check my
passphrase or
notes,
something?
and she'll actually pull a small book from her vest pocket, inside vest pocket, and she'll flip through and say, "Ah, yes, she is. She is Fae. Deirdre should be able to pick up on it fairly quickly. And interesting, this spot is classified. She is a vampire."
Eastern or Western?
Eastern European, but Western, I guess, globally. At least that's the tradition, though she is only known Norway. She's never left the country due to treaties and such.
Treaties with whom?
The Fae.
and Adolf just sort of kind of gives a glance to Lady Deirdre, because more than one Fae faction. There's probably politics there, and it's just like a little glance, like probably after this conversation, Lady Deirdre probably is going to know something about it, right? Just like a get back to that later kind of a glance. See.
So yes, speak with Lady Helena, and she will be able to make sure you have accommodations that are up to your liking, as well as transportation within the city. If you need a driver, she can get you that.
Oh, wonderful.
This is good, because we'll have to track down where these people frequent, where we might find them. He looks dramatically off, that kind of
Into the distance.
action moment. Yeah.
And click.
Or farming.
Click.
Yep.
So, with that being said, if there's nothing else you wish to speak with Lady Thea about, she will take her leave and leave the three of you to discuss what preparations you wish to make prior to leaving the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Deirdre's also got a small moleskin notebook, and she's making a list. It's all right, packing list, bribing list, extra bribes. And then she makes looks at Zephrine. Apology gifts.
Lady Deirdre, do you it's my understanding that there are different, the court of summer and the court of winter and such. Do you have any idea about what sort of with whom she might have done treaties or something? Do you know any politics about this, Helena?
Would I know I would assume I would know some level of politics about the vampire treaties in general, because of just the way in which vampires have to function in New Europa, and the fact that they're not like vampires we think of. They're Fae. They're Fae who are cursed, and therefore.
And the treaties are actually with those of that associate with the Summer Court.
Yeah, so it's all Summer Court.
Vampires of the Winter Court
don't care.
Do whatever the heck they want, and then have to deal with the consequences. Some abide by the treaties to blend in. Some do whatever they wish and deal with it, deal with the fallout as it may happen. But the primary treaty is, it's, think of it, most of you are familiar with Vampire the Masquerade. So think of it kind of like the Masquerade itself is kind of the treaty that was negotiated. Make sure that you stay a myth, not a reality. That kind of thing.
Don't bring too much of the Vatican into our business. They can stay out of it. Yeah, it's all those good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the Vatican is okay, but definitely avoid the Jesuits. That sort of thing.
I mean, some of the Jesuits are okay in Deirdre's book.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that they're all bad, but they are much more action-oriented.
This is true. This is very, very true. But she kind of looks and goes, well, if she's making treaties, she's dealing with the Summer Court. She's not caring about the problems of the Winter Court. And there's this pause as she kind of stares. It's like, I might ask her some possible questions. But that's other politics involved. Vampires are just Fae who have problems, unfortunately for them.
Well, if those problems would not become our problems, then I suppose we don't have to worry about it so much.
You weren't looking to seduce anybody, were you?
No. But we're going to go and...
No.
It's just, there's a whole thing about being invited into people's homes and a hotel, and I don't know if she owns, I just don't want to make any offense,
If we're going to
That's
the
all.
hotel, we're not going to offend because it's a public place and they're a transactional institution.
Mhm.
As long as we abide by the
Und-
general rules of propriety, which I don't think you've broken in the last 30 years.
No, you can't be improper. That would be terrible. Just
You could be a little bit
everything
improper,
inside.
Applewood. Just a tad.
Oh no. It's the last time I've even thought about being improper. It was probably 17. It was terrible. It was, you know,
Yes, your mother
corporal
wrote me.
punishment.
It was a wonderful story about it.
I will just say that, you know, when you're going to, it's not important. What important was that, you know, it wasn't a good idea. I haven't done that one again. We should get our supplies.
You might want
Flustered
to bring.
Adderwolf is one of my favorite Adderwolves. I just have to say.
We're gonna
And
need,
he's flustered in a contained way, but he is very flustered.
we're gonna need like 4 or 5 bottles just for bricks.
Oh, I assume you mean of
Champagne?
alcohol.
Aquavit would probably, my dear.
Whiskey?
Champagne
Oh.
wouldn't be enough alcohol. Wouldn't be enough. If we could get your mother to send you some of that Armagnac, that might be okay. But we don't
You
think.
can ask.
Do you have it? It's be take too long. 2 days is not enough time.
Oh. Well, I'll bring together my kits, my alchemical kits, solutions, stones, heavy jacket.
Any basic supplies you can make sure that you have on hand. If it's anything specialized, we may have to check and see what is available.
And
My saber, of course, but well. Do you two need anything that I might be able to get for you? I can speak to the Freemasons if there's something you might need.
Only if there's anything interesting for tinkering.
I will ask them. I'll ask my contacts to see if there might be something that a tinkerer such as yourself might, like an anti-tinkering sort of thing. I don't know what that would look like, but Lady Deidre, is there something that you might be able to use that I could ask the Freemasons for?
Deirdre.
Deirdre.
Yeah, I understand it's hard for the Germans. I blame the English.
Actually, we came first, but nonetheless.
But they're the
Well,
ones that messed with the
you can say
vowel
that.
shift, and that caused a problem for the perception of the individual's written names. Yes, is the problem. But if we are to consider it, no, I've got everything I think I need. Bring your winter coat, not just a heavy jacket.
Yes.
And I know that
All right.
Zephyrin is going to be packed
I'm
very
going to be
well.
bringing my baka.
Oh, and good sensible boots. Always need sensible boots.
Always
course.
sensible and fashionable. You cannot sleep in
For
the
riding?
laboratory.
It's true. Well, I mean, you can sleep in the laboratory, but nonetheless, let's go
Better.
and if there's anything you might think, if you find it in your chapter house that might be interesting for some alchemy, let me know. Well, let us meet. Shall we meet at the small cafe by the theater?
Sounds like a plan. I'll send the list of names over. We'll talk to a couple of people about getting you a new housekeeper. And she just kind of leans over and puts a hand on like Zephyrine hand on the table, and she like makes eye contact, and it's like does that subtle shake of her head. We're not going for that reason.
Which I do not pick up on that
Zephyrin
subtlety.
Has a look
no
of
idea
pure
what that's about.
innocence. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. Your father had the same look once.
What? What?
And she's gonna
I just stuff a whole macaroon in my face. I can't talk if I'm eating a macaron.
And
That
she's
is
just
very
gonna go,
true.
I'll see you both in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blow yourselves up
All right.
before then. I.
Oh, never.
Of course not. When we've done that, we've not blown ourselves up
No.
mostly. At least not most of the time, not so much. Just sometimes a little bit, but
I'm still
no
not sure the
explosions.
advent of magic and explosives was a good idea. The interuse of the two seems to have brought bad things.
Explosives are fine. You just have to use them correctly. Proper
Or avoid them.
applications
Believe
and whatnot.
it's more like nonetheless. And he sort of stands up and like to sort of hold the chairs for both. And
Merci.
of course, and then hustle over, like it's as is proper. And you can tell like there are too many people, and there's not enough. Like he's hustling to get there, but
And Deirdre will just, like, as she stands in one motion, like, pick the sword up and stand and slides it into the belt. And as she does so, it disappears again. So it's not visible. Glamour is a great thing. And then she'll, like, just, like, pat your arm as she walks by. It's like, you're doing okay. And just walks away.
and like as she walks away, he just says, probably so that she can't hear him, like, she's going to tell my mother. And then like grabs his jacket.
Wait, point of order. Isn't your mother dead?
Yes, but he figures that like as Faye, you could probably just talk to
Anyone
the
can
dead as
do it,
well,
It's you.
right? You know, what I mean, it's just one of those things where you're just like,
I was making sure that I remembered that correctly.
oh yeah,
but...
no, she's dead. But it's one of those things where like, if anybody could talk to the dead, and also, it's Faye. Like who? Like I feel like the line between the he kind of thinks that Faye have a whole lot of power. He's not even like, they're very mysterious and it's just that sort of like worry. And he like sort of waits for Zephyrine to step first and then follows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just a little worry. That's all. Mom is always watching. I'm just saying, if anyone can talk to the dead, I bet it's Faye.
You know, you're not 100% wrong on that. So, and so from here, we will fade out this scene and lead ourselves
Faye?
to
Fade out.
lead ourselves to the 2-day preparation break, and we will take our break at this time, and we will be back ready for airship shenanigans.
All right, everybody, stretch, bio, refresh, do all of those good things, and keep your eyes peeled because I might have a small surprise for you. But let's go to the break, everyone.
Whoop.
In a world of magic, mythologies, and mayhem, where infernal machinations give rise to global crises, and heroes clash with villains both overtly and covertly through secret societies, stories of wonder and adventure await. Join us for our story, truly, madly, Falkenstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you were refreshed, stretched, bio, did all of that good stuff, and you appreciated that little introduction from our fabulous host with the most. There we go. I figured out where this extra sound was coming from, and I fixed it. But, Chris, back to you.
Thank you, thank you. Now we return to Amsterdam and to where we are truly Falkenstein, not quite madly Falkenstein yet. And let's go counterclockwise this time. We'll start with Adelwolf. What sorts of preparations did you decide to make over these 2 days?
If there any requests that my colleagues would have, I would, of course, entertain them, see what is available. But I would also make a, sort of concentrate, make a spell focus. I would sort of prepare some solutions. Nothing too wild. I would also ask my chapter house about the Freemasonic chapter in Oslo, who's important. That basically get make sure I have a letter of introduction in case we need to speak with someone there. The general sort of being prepared for a good social proper. I mean, you don't just go somewhere without a letter of introduction. That is done on proper stationery, with everything, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed in the proper way. Propriety, and then just getting all of my kids together, make sure everything's ready. Just a little bit of making
the headmaster of the Masonic Lodge in Oslo will be Hannah Markin, and you'll get a letter of introduction to her.
Hannah Markin.
She has recently risen to headmaster with the retirement of the previous one.
Oh, that's nice. Have they had some sort of a fete celebration yet, or has that not yet happened? Or has
that has not yet happened.
Oh, in which case, if my lodge master wants me to bring some sort of, gift for her from our lodge to their lodge, then I will definitely be the courier for that as well.
That is a lovely idea, and he will absolutely do that.
Unique. Congratulations, present.
And he'll also ask that you pick up some fresh flowers when you get there to go with it.
Of course. And it's a you have to do this thing where you and I should also going to be away for a little bit, so shut up the lab / place where I live, make sure everything's ready, prepared for the journey. Yes. So just a little bit of general preparing of ingredients and kits, so I have all my gear with me, and I'm doing my job as a good member of the Order of the Freemasons for my lodge head and so.
Excellent. And were there any items or components that you were hoping to find that may be on the rarer side?
Don't think so. I think it's I think I should be fine without anything particularly strange. Mostly you sort of pull the energies from around you and you channel them, but I'd want to just prepare like a small focus, make sure I got everything ready so that in case we need to go into action, I will be ready for it. Also, I'm going to just leave a quick note to Zephyrine mother to let her know that Lady Deirdre and myself will be accompanying Zephyrine, and so that Zephyrine will be safe. That she has 2 people who are older and actually responsible, just making sure that nothing bad will happen, just in case. I like to be you have to ask your parents speaking to parents sort of a thing, saying I'm going to take care of your sometimes reckless daughter.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. No. Will you send that standard post, or are you going to use any
courier, of course?
Okay. Excellent.
Oh no, we're actually quite far away, so I'll probably have to send it by post.
Okay.
Because she's in France and then in Amsterdam. But just to like a check-in, to be responsible. And in no way, it is very, very impersonal, this letter. There's no, just as a sort of appropriate, very appropriate sort of hello, and I hope you're doing well, and just, making sure that,
Yes.
very,
very appropriate.
Yes. The propriety is very important. It's just completely neutral. The letter being sent to Zephyrine mother, who is the picture of loveliness, but completely appropriate.
So, let's move on to Zephyrine then.
Hello.
What sorts of preparations are you making in these 2 days?
Gadget tech. Definitely. Lots of tinkering. I'd like to do a pocket watch that has a hidden compartment and it can telescope out, so I can look like I'm checking the time, but then do a little spying on some Anders, and then put it back and just looks like a regular pocket watch. I'd also like to have an umbrella, like a lovely lady's umbrella. Then when you have it open, you can out pops a gun, a pistol.
Excellent.
Yeah. 2-shot
So,
pistol.
do me a favor.
Yes.
And
I would
I'd
love
like
to
you
do
to play a
these things.
card or cards
Great.
We don't
for
have any yet.
invention. Yeah, you do.
Oh,
Yeah, we do before.
I gave them to you in the break.
Oh, well, there we go. I was doing other
Okay.
things. There we go.
So sneaky.
Tinkering.
Yeah. Tinkering.
I'm looking where it is. I'm like, what skill is that?
Its suit is
Invention.
diamonds.
Okay, cool. Diamonds. So I have diamonds. So just play a card. Just pick one out. Just pull it out.
You can play multiple cards because that one is a high-ranking skill for you. So
It's my best skill.
So you can play up to all 4 due to your rank.
What am I?
Skill.
Do I know what I'm aiming for?
So for the pocket watch and
Yes.
it together, you're going to be
The umbrella and the pocket watch.
Yeah, you're going to be wanting to hit a 20 to be able to get both of them.
Okay.
At 15, you'll successfully get one of them.
Okay.
And so you'll take your base, which is
10.
Excellent, and that's a base 10 plus whatever you're going to play card-wise.
Okay. And we have a cheat sheet that says you can play up to cards wrong suit but correct color is half value, incorrect suit and color is 1. Ooh, okay, that's rough. Okay. Well, we'll get 15 at least. Oh, they don't pop face up. Flip card. So I've got a 2 and a 3 of the proper suit. Suit and color. And then I only have wrong color. for the other ones, so I can only get up to a 17 total. So I should probably just hold on to the cards that I have.
Yes, that's probably
Okay.
what will be best.
Okay.
And so we'll go ahead and goodness gracious. So a 15 will allow you to get one of them successfully created. Which one did you prioritize?
We can always try to get my umbrella later. We probably won't need a hidden pistol right off the bat, but for reconnaissance, which we're going to be doing first, the telescope will probably be more handy, so I'll focus on that one. The pocket watch telescope.
Okay.
So I can always try again later.
Excellent.
You trying to steal my cards?
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click something
No
else.
way.
Yeah.
Click that then. I just want to know which one to click.
Denied. Denied.
No.
Good. I don't need to steal your card. I misclicked, but
Okay.
yes. So you've got the pocket watch, correct?
Yep. Pocket watch, because there's 2 slots, and a like a mini telescope is 2 slots, so I can just pocket watch that turns into a telescope.
Excellent.
Nice. Could I ask a
Time-telling
question because I forgot to
telescope.
write it down?
Mm-hmm.
What did we decide about how many cards we can play per rank of our skill?
It's in the cheat sheet.
Should be in the cheat sheet.
Okay.
Or on average, you play 1 card. Good and great, you can play 2 cards. Exceptional, you can play 3 cards. Extraordinary, you can play 4 cards. At excellent, so I could play up to 3 cards.
Yeah.
Thank you. By the way, audience, the way it works, we have a hand of 4 cards, and on our turn we can play cards, but each action has a suit that is associated with it. Like, for example, hearts are emotion, right? And if you're trying to do something that's emotional and you play a heart card, that card, whatever that value is, you get to count the full value for it. So if you have a 10 of hearts, it'll count for 10. But cards that are not suited for the task only count for 1. And you know. So you may not want to toss those cards. You might need them for something else, right? So you have to decide what you want to do.
Yep. Sometimes you just want to burn cards, though, to get something new in your hand, which is perfectly acceptable as well.
Is an ace a 1 or a 10?
It's
an ace is a 14.
A 14. Okay, good to know.
Yep.
The only thing that beats
I was
an ace is a
curious
joker.
how it counted.
Yep. And then a joker is a 15.
Okay, cool.
And a joker can be any suit. All right. Another detail that I forgot to announce at the beginning of the show, and I'm kicking myself for this. If you all, or I should say when you all, not if, when you all get the go live retweets up to 10 or greater, I will require one of the players randomly chosen to share a secret that their character has.
I would like to point out that we are currently at 6 reposts.
So,
And the link is now
One more
in chat.
question.
Yes.
Do we get new hands each game, or does our hand carry over into the next game?
new
Okay.
hands each game.
Okay, that's also good to know, so I can
Mm-hmm.
feel free to throw away more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, anything else that Zephyrine wishes to do in preparation?
She tinkers, because that's her thing. She loves
Okay.
gadgeteering. I think she draws doodles of Anders as like marksmanship posters
Mm-hmm.
for when she does make her gunbrella. And she has target practice. She makes a bunch of Anders target practice sheets
Nice.
for the group.
Nice.
And doodles in her diary, and thinks of what would be a better invention than something that melts ice caps.
There's probably a handful of things.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How is it that Zephyrin knows what Anders looks like to make a doodle?
Because, he's not an unknown entity. I mean, people have seen him.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. It's not like
Cool,
he's
cool.
super secretive. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just curious.
There's a lot of Anders die in her diary. And, that's across from the pages of Hearts and some other people's names.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Like the illustrious Mr. Verne.
Yes, like the illustrious Mr. Verne. Yep.
He is kind of a heartthrob in this version of
Kind of is.
the world. So
I'm eligible lady.
moving on to our Lady of the Fae.
Mostly packing extra socks for everyone, because that's always something that goes wrong.
Yeah, nobody wants wet socks, especially when it's cold.
Indeed. Packing notes, making sure the sword is intact, leaving instructions for her current staff, also informing her housekeeper that Adelwulf has lost another housekeeper, and that really we should not be trusting any of these apparently Dutch. They can't handle this. We'll find either a nice Italian or a good Irish woman to run his house. And then calling the dwarf that she knows, who's in construction, and negotiating to fix the hole in Adelwulf's roof while we're gone.
That can be arranged.
And at the same time install some sort of ventilation fan.
Not a problem.
And then just kind of ticking off all the boxes. Oh, and she also sends a note to Mrs. Moreau about that they're going out of town. It's a lot more cordial than the note that Adelwulf sent. It's a lot more personable, involved, and makes a point of noting, it's and I think we might be prepared to introduce Zephyrin to a couple of nice individuals in the near future who might have different goals in life.
Good.
I guess I'll also mail my mom a letter, but it's just Mom, things are good, got a job, probably no message for a while, bye, love you.
Standard post as well?
Oh yeah, I'm not expediting that.
Okay. What about Deirdre? Are you sending it standard post or pixie mail?
Oh no, pixie mail. Everything I send is pixie mail.
Fair enough.
I am of the position and rank that I can't not send it pixie mail. It becomes an insult otherwise.
Now, because pixies sometimes get distracted, it'll be there guaranteed by the next morning.
Yes. It's not gonna, and she has a standard bribery set for all of the pixies who deal with her, involving making sure that all of her her staff only use local honeys, and leave small ones out at all of the desks, just in case.
There is a local coffee house that actually the owner has invested in a number of honey farms of the area, and you could get it at a pretty decent price if you go wholesale through them.
No, probably. Local investment, all of these things, and because it's her, and she's like, I've done all of this, I've done all of this, I've done all of this. Yes, one last thing. And she puts together another package to have the pixies send after she leaves. She makes sure that I know. It is her periodic, and by this point, bi-weekly mail package to Lord Oberon, which is basically, you're a giant fucking asshole, fuck you.
Okay.
And it's she's like, and whatever you choose, and she adds a little bribe. It's you feel free to fuck up his desk. Like her entire goal like is to allow the pixies to just be
Encourage
pixies
their mischief.
on Oberon, because that's her current opinion of the man.
Fair enough. They will gleefully agree, as typical. So it's not very often they get permission from another high fae to mess with Oberon. So
Yep. He knows what he did. If he wants it to stop, he can just fix what he did.
it's true. He has the power to stop this anytime he wishes. So the time has passed, and we find ourselves at the rear entrance, or I should say the rear basement entrance, of the Amsterdam Theater. There's a note on the door that says, "Knock loudly."
I think Deirdre actually does arrive a little bit early, and she will use the pommel of the sword to knock in just that slightly indicating that she is not human knock. And waits the 15 seconds for the door, before she repeats it.
Fair. The 15 seconds will pass. You can hear machinery. So you think you may have to repeat it. After which they will arrive.
Swizzle, right?
That'd be me.
This one is yours, and she hands a bottle specifically to Swizzle.
Thank you.
This and the rest of these is for your companion. And she has like a bag with 3 or 4 more. It's like,
and Brix will be like, "Oh, good. You remembered."
I did.
Well, you know my stories are much better lubricated, so.
And all stories should be done lubricated. I don't understand this English perception about not showering or lubricating.
Yeah. So about 5 minutes till, we'll see Adelwolf arrive.
And I figure by
I think
this...
we all came together because we met at the cafe, right?
Oh,
So
right,
we'd all
right,
We
been
met at
go-
the cafe, and
I forgot
Deirdre
about
just
that,
walked
yes.
forward, and it was like...
Yeah.
She's like, and here, and then she kind of looks over her shoulder at the other two, and is like, pulls a hip flask and pours it, and knocks one back as she cheers to Brix and Swizzle.
Brix will drink with you, but he goes straight for the bottle. He doesn't.
That's why she brought 4 for him.
Swizzle, puts the bottle in his coat. It seems to not leave a bulge. You're not sure what's going on there. But he'll then say, "Oh, come in. I want you to see the finishing touches on the engine. We'll install it in just a few minutes."
Engine.
And Adolf was looking to see where we would find an airship, but didn't see one out by the theater, and is pondering, we're gonna be taking an airship. Where is it? But doesn't say
I would
anything,
love
'cause
to
that would be
watch you up
inappropriate.
on the engine if you are still making some last minute tweaks to it.
Oh yes, we're calibrating the core. You may,
Ooh, very exciting.
Lady Deirdre, you may want to keep a safe distance. It is a star metal core.
Honestly.
Oh.
And she kind of moves against the wall and just takes another drink before she puts the hip flask in a pocket that disappears. She does have a carpet, a leather hinged, like a Mary Poppins bag, but in leather, that she's holding.
Yes.
And they will lead you down some steps and into a sub-basement where they seem to be working. You'll go past the actual basement that seems to be where they keep all the props and all of the different like stage pieces. You'll to our tinkering friend Zephyrine, you'll notice a number of them are mechanical.
Fun.
And you will actually see a couple people moving stuff around and some of the pieces moving themselves.
Woo, very exciting.
And you'll get to the sub basement where they're working on the engine, and they'll for Adalwolf it'll be fairly apparent because you have an excellent sorcery, correct?
I do. Yes, I do. It's excellent. My sorcery.
Yeah, you without playing a card, you'll pick up quickly that there are numerous wards against explosions in this sub basement. And
I've made some, but they do wear off after a while. You have to
they seem to have a number that have been overlapped. You'll notice that they're from different lodges as well. You can tell the signature of the wards from some of the major lodges have all contributed. I think they just want to keep the theater in one piece.
Yes.
And in the center, you'll see a rhyme engine, is what most people would call it, after the famous dwarven inventor, Rhyme. And it is
magnifique.
whirring at a reasonable pace. You'll watch Swizzle walk over, pick up a wrench and start tweaking it, and you'll hear the whir turn more to a hum, a little bit softer, a little bit more even. And then you'll watch Brix pour some of the liquor into the fuel intake, and say, that'll make her happy, and then cap it off.
Little engine cleanup, basically. Yes.
Sometimes these things get a personality of their own. Pretty sure this one likes the alcohol, so.
That's unique. But again, after all, alcohol is also just not just for drinking. It's also
I mean, they call it a solvent because it solves a lot of problems, no?
I like
yes,
you.
but it is not yet it's a universal solvent. You have to find that. But it's a good base, not like, anyhow, what an amazing contraption this is. It's very impressive.
It's magnifique. I like it.
The workshop itself is about 30 by 40 feet in its size. Definitely there's no airship down here. But once they've finished making their tweaks, they will use a dolly that they have outfitted to be almost more like to have arms that protrude from it to grab things and to hold it in place. And they'll bring it over, crank some levers, it reaches out, grabs the engine, sets it on the dolly.
I see.
And they drag it over to a platform and say, come on, we're going to the ship.
Yes, we, of course.
And Adavlad sort of waits for the ladies to go to the platform, and then he steps on, just wondering if it's going to go up or down. Like he's quite curious, since this is the first time he's been to this place.
I'm right behind them, looking at this sled, looking at this, just looking at everything. Taking tinkery notes.
The floor beneath you is definitely infused with magic. The wards are inscribed in stone, chiseled into it on the platform. And it lights up before... sorry. For Lady Deirdre, they will give you a lead-lined coat to wear.
She appreciates that dearly, because she knows what can go wrong here.
Yeah. Well, I should say not lead-lined, silver-lined.
Silver, yeah.
Silver-lined coat.
She does have silver sewn into the hems of all of her clothes.
That'll
And I have lead sewn into some of mine.
And the glyphs will light up, you all will disappear and then reappear
Ooh.
on the roof.
Ah. This is how it works.
This-
I see. Very good. Very good.
This is very nice.
It is
This
a
good.
limited portal or like teleportation, paired circles. They themselves don't do anything but push levers. They didn't chant anything or do anything. So it's been pre-loaded with magic. They have dwarves in Castle Falkenstein gave up their ability to use anything magical in order to be able to work metals. The one thing that they did retain was an extreme resistance to heat. So they can handle the heats necessary to melt and work things like star metal, which otherwise only really dragons can handle the temperatures of. They will then wield the dolly into what looks more like a speedboat, but like 5 times the size than the typical airships, because there is no dirigible balloon.
Oh, wow.
It has props that right now are very close to the edges of the ship. You're not sure how that's going to work per se. Zephyrine, you believe with your excellent tinkering that those props probably extend upward, and then some of them will extend outward behind it to propel. So think of it like a helicopter, sort
like
of.
a hovercraft, yeah.
Yeah.
A vertical lift vessel.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And they'll wield in the rhyme engine to the rear of the ship and let you all take a seat either on deck. There are nice, comfortable seats there if you wish to experience the wind in your hair, so to speak. Or there is like a sitting room.
And then whatever spot gives me the best view of them putting the engine into this craft.
Oh, well, you can just follow them then.
Then I'll just do that. Yeah. I want to watch.
So
you never know where inspiration might strike, what you might learn from other craftsmen.
I think Deirdre goes to sit in the sitting room, not for any reason that has to do with her hair or anything, but just purely because of all of the metal involved in the construction of this vessel. It's like, this is where it's going to be most comfortable for me to be sitting.
Yep. You will have noticed, though, that large chunks of it seem to be made of petrified wood.
And she makes a note of it and just puts a pin in it. She'll come back to that because it's intriguing. Who else are they flying around? Intriguing things.
And Adolvolf is proper, but also curious, and so he sits in the proper space where you're supposed to sit with a Lady Deirdre, but he's just trying to trying to see everything while still staying in the appropriate place. So just craning your neck, right? That kind of a thing.
The sitting room itself is quite elaborate. It seems to be the ship was built to carry people that have certain societal standards. Or Bricks and Swizzle were just showing off. You're not sure which. They are a little on the theatric
They're not
side.
both.
So you find there are fancy portraits, but then there's also a Velvet Elvis style portrait, even though Elvis doesn't exist yet.
So wait,
Elvis is eternal.
Who are the portraits? Is anybody notable of the portraits?
Yes, there is one of your favorite person, Oberon. There is
Any
one.
of Jules Verne or Moriarty?
Yes, there is one of Jules Verne.
Nice.
The velvet one is actually the one of Oberon, and it's kind of tongue in cheek because it's a little caricature-esque. Because, you know, they're mischievous still a little bit. They're still fey on some level.
Yeah.
And then for some odd reason, which nobody really knows why, there is also one of the Queen of England.
Victoria?
Yeah.
Oh, Adolf, as you're busy looking around, Deirdre just kind of looks at those two portraits. And suddenly Queen Victoria... Oh, wait, because it's
1888.
1888. So she's into her frumpy grandmother in black period.
Mm-hmm.
Full on. The woman in black, Lady of the Lake, Queen Victoria. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. The she trying to be the grandmother of the empire.
Yeah.
Screw her.
Yeah.
So she looks at the two, and you wouldn't notice until you do that suddenly Victoria has got a full-on Snidely Whiplash style mustache and goatee across her face, and Oberon has got donkey ears like in Pinocchio.
Nice. The joys of glamour.
And I don't have to. And I don't have to move.
Back in the engine room, you will see them fitting it to the drivetrain, and you can kind of see its trajectory as it's headed towards the center of the ship itself. If you're nosy enough to ask questions, they'll be happy to answer them.
So many questions.
So it has what they call this their arachnid drive.
Ooh, arachnid.
So
That's something
the drive goes singularly out and then splits into 6 props.
Oh, 6. Okay.
And 3 on each side. And then those will extend upward. Then at the rear, there's an additional prop that comes off of the engine to propel forwards or backwards, depending on what's needed.
Makes sense. Very, very cool. And you said that it's made from star metal, yes? The engine itself? Or does it have just components? Just the core. I see,
yes.
I see.
Star metal is too rare for it to have anything more than that. It was lucky for us even to get our hands on this. It came out of a deal that we had with another group that was needing to make some weapons. We don't make weapons. We don't believe in them.
I see.
We helped with the excavation, and
why star metal for the core? What is it?
It's more hardy, so it'll last longer.
Just less maintenance, or
it holds magic easier. And less likely to explode once you have it.
That is also a boon. Yes, of course. Thank you very much for your answering all my questions. I learned much.
And then also, once you get it going, star metal core doesn't need fuel. You just need to get it started, and then it's self-propelling after that.
I see. Very interesting. Thank you for your time.
Shall we head to the sitting room? Or do you want to go up top and watch everything fly by?
I mentioned there'll be time for both, no?
That's true. Now, it'll be a few hours. It's not a very long trip.
Well, we'll start in the sitting room and then go up top for once everything is very nice and tiny. I can look over all over everyone as we are towering above them.
Bricks and Swizzle will enter into the seating room and say, "Any last-minute preparations y'all need before we go?" Well, Bricks says that.
Fine. Then I go over to the portrait of Jules Verne. I sit next to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
No,
can
thank
pull a
you.
chair
Thank you very
closer
much.
if you really want to.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Lady Zephyrin, what did you learn?
Oh, I learned a little bit about star metals and about the engines, and I'll like show my notes because
Yeah,
these
and he'll
pages
just
of
sort of
notes
like-
are just about this device and nothing else.
And he'll make copies, right? Because he was super curious, but he didn't want it to be inappropriate. So he was just dying. So he hasn't even noticed the changes to the portraits yet because he's been so distracted by like wondering what was happening. So he's very, very excited to be able to copy notes.
Without being rude, because Swizzle is very nice, he will lean over and make a couple corrections.
Oh yes, thank you.
Oh, and like both like that's like very exciting. Like like
And it's things
Like
like which direction the drive shafts turn or something like that. It's not like that you missed any major details. It's just like,
yep.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of
this one
questions
goes
about star metal
counterclockwise. That one goes
that
clockwise.
Zephyrin would have had
that kind
after
of
the
thing.
engines. Yeah.
And
We should
Lady
probably
Deirdre would
continue
know quite
asking
a bit
those
about star metal,
questions
too.
while they're doing it. Yeah, but they do from a tinkering standpoint, which is different.
Very true. Very true.
Because I'm getting ideas for my magnum opus, and maybe it'll involve star metal.
One can always hope.
I mean, if I could find a way for humans to work star metal, pretty big deal.
That would be revolutionary.
That would definitely attract some attention from some people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
From both of your amores.
What? I thought she's not yet engaged to anyone. We're
No,
hoping
I am
someone-
not engaged. No.
Of course not. That would be entirely too early for such things.
Swizzle will then take his leave. Brex will stay with y'all in case you need anything. And you will feel just slightly the ship shift a little
Ooh.
as the engines or as the props start to spin up. And it will lift off.
That was very exciting. And Adelvolp has got his saber, and he's got his wand, right? He's got like two different sort of scabbards. He's got his bags, and of course he helped, with any kind of baggage moving that needed to happen. And he's quite excited. He takes a little bit of snuff, and he sort of sits like this, just like very exciting. Oh, of course, and
Once we
also
reach
he gave a
appropriate-
coin to orphans as they walked by because he's that way when they were on their way to the theater.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Or we get to an appropriate height. Zephyrin goes, I'm going to go topside now to look down on everyone below us.
Oh, let me join you because seems like it'd be an exciting sort of thing. Lady Deirdre,
I think
I don't
so.
know if you.
Go have fun.
And as they're walking, up, he just leans over to Zephyr and goes, "I'm pretty sure that Lady Deirdre can fly. I've not seen her do it, and she's not
I have not
confirmed it,
seen
but
her do it either.
I mean, I imagine that they can fly. You
I
know?
have no idea. It is not my area of study.
No,
So with modern
So how
flight
hot do you
times-
think star metal gets?
just for context, with modern flight times, this trip would take 30 minutes in the air.
Yeah.
Due to the era and technology, you're looking more at like 2 hours.
okay.
Well, it's like helicopter flight time versus airplane flight time.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just over 100 miles an hour in the air versus 500 miles an hour in the air.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, helicopter would take 2 hours, so that makes sense. Yeah.
So Yes. When you get up top, you will notice that there is a slight barrier to keep the wind from actually blowing you out of the ship.
Oh, nice.
Clever.
But they it lets some of it through, so you can feel the rush, and it doesn't cause your senses to like get discombobulated by seeing stuff move so quickly, but not being able to sense it with any of your other senses. So it's kind of well planned in that way for at least the human brain. While they go up top, what does Lady Deirdre do?
Did Bricks go with them when he went up?
No.
When the two of them. All right.
No, because Swizzle's up there.
She'd look at him and go, "So, quick question for you, Bricks. Where is he hiding himself these days?"
The old man?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep tabs on him.
And she points to the picture.
Oh. Oh, we wanted to make you feel at home.
I do a grand. Appreciate that.
Sorry. It's not a secret how you feel about him, so we just thought a black velvet painting would be appropriate. We can change it if you like.
Oh no, I was trying to didn't think I was trying to hide my opinions of him.
Neither did we. If you were, you're terrible at it.
No. If I wanted to hide something, you would never know it.
That's what Swizzle tells me.
You got anything left in those bottles, or do you want the good stuff?
I want the good stuff, even though I may have some left.
And she'll reach into a pocket and pull out a separate flask. It's silver, and it's got Celtic knotwork along the outside. And she winks and tosses it over. I still have a few bottles from the other side.
They'll take a long draw of it and then cap it back off and hand it back to you and say, thanks.
Oh no, that's for the two of you.
Oh, even better.
I figure if you do hear from him, you'll let me know.
Yeah, he mostly talks to Rhyme and not really the rest of us.
Rhyme used to be so much nicer before he fell into that crowd.
Oh yeah, but he's got the ear of what's his face in Castle Falkenstein. The king, whatever.
Yes. Leopold,
So,
right?
Yes, that's it. I don't know. I don't get too involved in human politics, but for whatever reason, Rhyme decided to, and because of that, I hope Rhyme pays attention to him.
And she has this look on her face. It's like, well, I know where I'm sending my next package. Don't worry, you can go. I promise not to cause a problem. I'm just going to plan some small presents.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, you could also send him some really good brownies from a place in the red light district.
He might enjoy it too much.
Well, yeah, but if he doesn't know what's in them, it'll throw him off for a little bit.
There's a strong thought.
He's not an alchemist.
We should have a diuretic.
I don't think Beatrix's coffee shop would do that.
I know some folks who will, though.
Fair enough.
He's decided he wants to be the shit. He can enjoy it.
On that note, back up top. Face full of clouds as Caldric has said in the chat. How are you all enjoying the view?
I think it is a very inspiring view as you look down on all the peasants below us. I don't say that part out loud, but I'm just, yeah. She's just looking at the tiny people of this world, you know, in their insignificant little lives passed beneath us. Yes, no, she, yes, I think that it was rather inspirational.
Similarly, I'm also looking out and seeing at all the how small everything is, and thinking about the connection between all the peoples and how we are all the beauty of the land, and how we are all together, and how actually if you had some sort of access to this normally, you could do so much good in the world. You could get from one place to the next, and well, as a matter of fact, if there was some sort of, like, if the
Get
iron
used to this
forces,
kind of view.
From Germany were coming, we could see the forces coming early and make a warning so that the civilians could, leave the villages before they were attacked. So I'm just thinking about all the ways in which this could be used for good, for the good of humanity and all
This
the
would be
people,
a good
all
reconnaissance
types.
vehicle.
It would indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it would. Oh, I hope that we won't need it, but I worry about what's coming. But
Well, with mass production, it's possible, but we're not quite there yet, Swizzle will mention, as he's the one piloting. It's got a standard nautical wheel, but he doesn't really seem to be doing much with it other than holding it and trying to look like he knows what he's doing. Being a dwarf, he's also on a step stool.
Oh. So, how often do you take this out on a journey?
This is the first time.
Oh, what was the first journey?
Very exciting.
We built this for, at the request of the Loyal Hammer, but for this trip in particular. It came to us about a month ago with a short timeline and a lot of money.
Oh, first off, this is very impressive. Your skills are something to marvel at. I would imagine that the Lady Zephyrin would be quite interested in seeing how this works. Lady Zephyrin is a bit of a tinkerer herself. She's got a brilliant mind. She's one of the best on that sort of thing.
Thank you.
I could tell her schematics that she sketched out were almost spot on just from a description. That's pretty impressive. If it was any more accurate, I'd think she was a spy and have to throw her off the ship.
Oh, no. But Lady Zephyrin, perhaps you can, I don't know, get some sort of exchange and learn something from them while you were here.
Oh, certainly. I would love to learn more, especially about this star metal. I've not thought much about this material and things, but it is. If I would love to be able to work with it one day.
It's
That's possible.
Yeah, it's expensive to get your hands on.
I am not that worried about the money.
Fair
I'm
enough.
more worried about the art.
And then, of course, you're going to have to handle extreme temperatures to be able to work it yourself, or have someone who can work it for you.
Yes, extreme. How extreme of temperatures are we talking? And is it a metal that just has inherent magical properties, or does it still need a mage to enchant it?
Yes.
It could go either way.
So
both?
The melting point of star metal is somewhere around 4,500 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
If you had a small sample of the star metal, I would love to get my hands on it, because after all, one thing that alchemy is very interested in is transforming things from one thing to the next, like lead to gold and such. And I wonder if it'd be possible to do work on steel, perhaps, which would be easier to work with.
Transform it into star metal.
And then transform it into star metal. I wonder if that's possible.
It's an interesting line of thought.
Yes.
It
And he
is
sort of takes out
interesting.
his little notebook and starts making notes, right, about like, try to sort of look at this, maybe a sample and think about how to transform from one to the other. And like starts like making notes about it. And does magical properties, can you do that? Did we think, right? And like sort of gets lost in this idea of like,
They'll say, I've got a few shavings that I could maybe part with for about 5,000 Deutschmarks.
oh, it's quite a bit. Well, I'll have to save up. Hopefully, we'll get some sort of I don't know. If I get enough, uh, then I will come back for small shavings so I can study the composition. Otherwise, perhaps we'll find something out there in the stars. But could you imagine like making artificial star metal if it would have the properties and
There's
and you can
really,
see Audible like pondering it, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because of the rarity of it, there's really
I like how
only
you
a
ponder like that, and I ponder like this.
couple options.
Oh.
And that would be around of using or of current uses. One is in the rhyme engine, thanks to rhyme's ingenious uses. The other is typically weapons to kill Fae.
Oh. Oh. I see.
Well, if it's
And it's like,
can used as fuel for an engine, surely it could be used as other types of energy for a grid, perhaps, or something.
Oh, probably. I'm just telling you what it's been used for so far. Typically,
So
Fae
you're
kill
saying it has not been explored very much. I see.
not as much because of how difficult it is to
How
work. Yeah.
difficult is it? I see. Yes. I'm
I
getting
also imagine the.
ideas.
Oh, I would also imagine the Fae would probably not want, you know, star metal being more widely available, because that would probably make them somewhat nervous. Wonder. And he sort of looks over, right, to Zephyrine, and then like thinks about Lady Deirdre, and then
She's
like just
nuclear power source.
Mhm.
and he's like
Clean energy.
how to keep people safe, right, and like not upset the Fae in the process, not cause an international incident diplomatically, right? Like, and he's thinking about like
Other transportation methods, deep sea submarine.
There's probably
like,
some star metal on the Nautilus of Captain Nemo.
Well, probably. He'll probably keep with the, if heat is an issue. Down there's pretty cold.
That is one of the fun parts about Castle Falkenstein for the audience, is all of the fiction at that time, Victorian era, is also real. So you will find both Sir Conan Arthur Doyle and Sherlock Holmes. You will find Captain Nemo is real, all of that. So
Yep. Well, when we get close to Oslo, let's see if we can determine where they might be. Targets.
That sounds good. If you want to head back down, I can let you guys know when we get to the city, and I will, instead of landing, slow and circle the city.
Close is good. It makes things easier. Thank you. And he's like pondering distances and like how far, right? And like does a couple of calculations to ponder like, okay. And after having a good sense of like speed, distance, right, makes calculations, and then we'll head back down to the sitting room.
I just stay up top and continue to ask tinkery based questions about multiple things. Like, so those props you had in the theater, did you get them to move?
Oh yeah, they
Are they like automatons? Do they self-govern?
They've been enchanted by some sorcerers in order to be given basic instructions like move 10 feet forward and 3 feet to the left, kind of thing.
I see.
Otherwise, you have to spend extra effort lifting and moving, and they have a lot of metal parts because they are mechanical.
Yes, of course. Of course they would be.
We try to do a lot with our stage pieces to expand the audience's experiences. In Barcelona, we created one of the first, stages that could open up and have stuff come up from underneath on its own without having, just by pushing a button or yanking a lever, rather than having to have people cranking things with pulleys, and sped up a lot of scene changes that way.
I can quite imagine. Yes, he's and then just get into like the fine details of like, so how many like joints do you give? What degree of articulation for each? Yeah, boring tech talk. She has just picked their brains the whole rest of the flight.
And a lot of what Swizzle will tell you is like, well, it depends on its purpose. This kind of purpose, we've done this. And he'll give you specific like stage elements that he's added. Basically like risers that will then shift and turn into like the background that gives like a silhouette of something. So when it's no longer needed for people to stand on, it can move back and then become the backdrop. Giving different pieces multiple purposes, so that way it saves on scene change time.
Makes sense. Yes, efficiency is very important. Yes.
Especially if you want to give that immersive feeling to your audience. Back underneath, as Adelwolf enters the sitting room, and Brix is now a full 3 out of 4 bottles in and a little extra. He's there rambling about the time that he spooked a bunch of ghosts that were lazing around a manor with a bunch of auditory speakers that he had set up that echoed back their scary noises to them until they became paranoid and left. Yeah, 3 bottles in like 1.5 hours is alcoholic levels.
Unless you're a dwarf, I guess. I hope.
Well, he's a little red-nosed, for sure.
I was muted for stream. She's been drinking with Brix, but not drinking at his same rate. And she's like, has a drink. It's like, so Adelwolf, enjoy the view.
Yeah, did you? I don't know if you know this, but this is a maiden voyage of this ship. It's the first time. They made it in about 1 month.
They're very.
We had to work overtime.
It's amazing. Was it just you two, or did you have like a team of workers or some such?
We had some help from the mechanics. It's a local tinkering guild that was happy to join in. Some of them had to have NDAs. Can't trust some of those humans. No offense.
All right.
But and then we had to have sorcerers like yourself come in and help with some of the magical pieces, as we can't do that. But most of the all the design was us. Most of the fabricating was us. The working the star metal was us. Well, mostly us. Our friend Tara, she did part of it. She's much better at the forge.
How's she doing?
She's doing pretty well. She's been held up at the Cathedral of St. Nicholas lately.
Oh,
Who's she
oh.
seeing at the Cathedral of St. Nicholas?
Well, there's a underground forge with a summer flame down there,
Ah,
like the
You're
one in
nev-
Vienna
you're never going to get her out
or
of there.
Venice. Sorry. No, and that's why she's been there so long. She refuses to work anywhere that's not up to that standard, and since Venice is currently occupied, she went to Amsterdam.
Who's in Venice?
Oh, what was her name? The dragon lady that took over.
Oh, right, her.
Nice lady.
I do like her.
Mm.
Do
you have a?
Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Oh no, thank you. But if you have a contact for this Tinkerers Guild, I would imagine that Lady Zephyrine would find that quite useful, as she is a tinkerer and she's looking for her masterwork, you know. So perhaps if she could meet this Terra, that would be useful. She's upstairs, she isn't here.
I don't see why not. I mean, now sometimes she'll make people jump through hoops and do little quests to be able to meet her. It's kind of one of her things, but depends on what she asks for. Depends on what level of quest. Last group actually wanted star metal weapons, and so she made them recreate the miracles of Saint Nicholas in order to get an audience with her.
Oh, what group was this that wanted star metal weapons?
They're a society in Amsterdam that goes out hunting evil fae. Particular one had was basically the equivalent of an abusive boyfriend to their sponsor or sponsee.
I see.
Yeah, poor witch. What was her name? Danessa. Nice lady, great seamstress.
Oh. Well, I will just say that if there was some way to get a letter of introduction for our Lady Zephyrine to this Terra, that would be wonderful, if possible.
I think I could put something together. Though Swizzle will probably be more eloquent than I.
Oh, perhaps not this moment, he says, just looking at the empty bottles. But there's no rush. Perhaps after we come back from this our trip to Oslo.
Sure, that sounds fine. Because right now, if I wrote it, it'd be like, "Hey, Tara, talk to Zephyrine. Yo."
No need. It's a moment. By the way, are you going to be doing any sort of opera coming up sometime soon in your theater?
3 weeks, there'll be an opera. It's a German one. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Well, I'll make sure to get tickets and come and patronize your lovely theater.
It's definitely one of those with like the horned helmets and the shield maidens and the that fun stuff.
The entirely historically inaccurate representation of the raiding peoples that they call the Vikings. Yes, I'm intimately aware.
But it's funny.
It's fiction after all.
You know none of them wore this horned helmet thing, right?
Well, were you there? Were you personally there?
Did I go on Viking raids?
I don't know. Perhaps you did, or you were.
Or am I more friendly with certain Norse chieftains that may or may not have been involved in certain Viking raids?
Oh, could I ask you a question? I'm just curious.
Certainly, darling.
Were you around anywhere, or know someone who was around when the playwright, the Shakespeare fellow, made his first plays? Did you happen to see any of them live?
I have not now, nor have I ever set foot in the city of London in my entire existence. Because if I did, I'd burn it to the ground.
but he's outside of the London. He's in some small little place.
The Globe Theatre is not in London. Is not a small little place outside London. It's on the River Thames. It's a bit large and imposing, and should be burnt to the ground.
Oh, okay. So I take it you've not seen any of them, so I won't ask how it was like.
Oh, I've seen many of his plays. I just haven't seen him perform them, and I was not there when he did. Again.
Right. Right.
The only person worse than Queen Victoria is Cromwell. Or, excuse me, not Victoria. She said Elizabeth. The only person worse than Elizabeth was Cromwell.
Okay.
I think that's pretty universal, though.
The hatred of Cromwell?
Knowing that Cromwell's worse than Elizabeth.
Oh, that's fair. That's true.
No matter if you like him or not, Cromwell's definitely worse than Elizabeth.
Could I ask at least one more question, then?
I'm always happy to answer any questions you have, darling.
The paintings of Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth, yeah? Are they accurate, or did
Accurate to the presentation that she presented to herself, or to what she actually looked like underneath that lead makeup that she decided to cover herself in?
That one, yes. The second question.
No, because she covered herself in lead makeup and nobody was going to see what she looked like underneath. She lost all her hair by the time she was 40, God bless her. Or not.
Oh, what? Do you know, would you happen to know what Rome looked like when it's this, its height? Did you see? I don't know what, as a cafe, I mean, I imagine you just like, you had all sorts of,
Are
like,
you trying to
time.
awkwardly ask me how old I am, Adalbert?
No, I just assume you've been around since the beginning of time. I'm just wondering, like,
I'm
if you've
not
seen
that
these
old,
amazing.
darling.
But aren't you immortal? I mean, this is if you don't ever die, then maybe you've been
On
here since the
this
beginning of time.
side of the veil, it's a complicated question.
But
There's a
Did you
finite point
see-
in history when all of us came to this side of the veil. So we didn't see it all.
Oh.
No, we've never seen dinosaurs.
you,
Is the
okay,
breathing
I was going to
species.
ask that one next. Because there's these brand new paleontologists who are making these amazing sort of strange bone things together, and it seems mostly. I was like, I would wanted to know if this was accurate, if this was what they looked like or not. And I thought maybe you would know, because you might have been there. I don't know. Can you travel through time?
And she makes eye contact with Bricks and goes, I'm going to hand you a piece of paper and you can ask those questions to that son of a bitch. And she points to the velvet painting of Oberon.
She starts, if you can deliver a note, starts writing down questions, because as some people, Lindy knows, this is the moment where all of our paleontology is like, they're putting together all of these things for the first time, and so we're all learning about dinosaurs being a thing right now for the first time, which seems very exciting, and they're very inaccurate, their drawings.
But
But
they're so bad. They're hilarious, but they're bad.
they're bad. They're bad.
Like, cartilage doesn't exist in any of these representations.
They're all like weirdly chunky. The same face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
she's
you know,
just like, no. I would.
So, he writes down some questions about, like, the newest discoveries. He just assumes that all Fae know. He kind of assumes all Fae kind of know everything. They seem sort of all knowledgeable. So he just kind of writes down a couple of questions about, like, the newest scientific discoveries. And then, like, and then also ancient Greece, like, because, you have to read your old treatises, right? Like, what did Socrates, like, just, Galen, and just like some questions about super ancient history, because there are these mysteries, and you think,
Zeus was a Fae, right?
Yes. And a philanderer and a shite, and I was quite pleased when Hera finally slapped his ever-living face.
That was good for a laugh.
Yeah.
See, we're around then. He just sort of makes a couple more notes, right, about, like, ancient treatises. Like, is this a Voynich manuscript? you know what that is? Just makes all the like notes and he just hands it over.
Thank you so much. Because she's now going to take that, seal it in a very nice letter, and
It's quite long. It's a quite long list of questions.
Perfectly okay. Because this is now a second opportunity in the same week for Deirdre to send mail to Oberon via pixies to fuck with his life.
Yes.
Now,
Since Lady Deirdre said that it was okay to ask the questions, it becomes quite long because we've got a bit more time before we get to Oslo. So there's then he crosses out and then reorganizes that by historical epoch, right? And then once he hears the thing about when Hera slapped Zeus, it's like they were around then. So then he starts making sure he can actually ask some slightly older questions because we're all getting all this great archaeology now. And he's like, well, what's it like back then? And he just asks him. It's like 2 or 3 pages of questions.
She's fully expecting not to get any answers for Adolwulf with this. This is just a tool to fuck with Oberon more.
Brix will lean forward and say, do you want to coach him on a cover letter that invokes hospitality rules?
And she'll like turn and like perfect her back and say, Adolwulf, don't forget to use your hospitality rules before you start writing the rest of it, right?
Of course, I will. Thank you.
Well, the ones and the ones I taught you when you were little, yeah? Not using your real name,
yes.
making sure, and just like, cause she, and she looks at Brix and goes, kind of like winks, is like, I really like being a fairy godmother sometimes.
I was
the best.
7 years old when you taught me those things. It was quite a surprise. And he just like, and he makes sure he gets all the perfect, like, you know, like he had open spots for all the opening, right? And he does all the stuff as he was taught at 7, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier to teach small children the important rules of Fae hospitality and etiquette about the don't use your actual name, don't give away certain things, but invoke certain things. Because they're all rhyming mnemonics.
And because Lady Deirdre gave permission, he goes full nerd on the list of questions. And also, since it seems like maybe they were around since ancient Greece at least, okay, now, because, you know, we're in the moment, everyone's like discovering all these new things, but we don't know all the mysteries. And so, like, hey, you know, if we can get info, that's great. Like, Blandish manuscript, what is it? What do you know about this? What about that? How about this? The pyramids? How about, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'll hear on a speaker in the room that goes, prepare for descent. And the ship will start to very lazily lower itself.
It's
time to go back topside.
Time to go spy on some folks. And she'll like get up and just like shake out the skirts of her dress that are still practically perfect. And as she walks by, she's just going, you know, she'll like, are you done with the letter?
Oh, yeah. And like, he hands it to you and he's got that little like, that kind of excitement that you remember from when he was like 7 about like, you know, like when the kid gets their first, like, I don't know, chemistry set and they're like, oh, how exciting, right? And like hands you the letter.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to wait until they kind of descend to a certain point before she can contact a pixie in the area to deliver this letter.
Brix will actually lean over or not lean over, but point to a pot,
mm-hmm.
and in it is a circle of mistletoe.
And she'll bring it over, and honey, the whole 9 yards. And she'll just glamour lightly the handwriting, so it looks like it's a more important document from some other high fae.
Oh, nice.
So he'll have to like actually open it to determine that it's not. And then, but once he does, he's bound by hospitality to read the whole thing.
Perfection.
And
this is where we will find ourselves circling above Oslo, taking in the cityscape as you will begin your reconnaissance, and we will end with this reconnaissance for our first episode.
Ooh.
And
I
we pick
have-
up with actual plotting next week.
Just at the end of the top of the airship, my telescope
Mhm.
looking down.
Nice.
Yeah.
I start casting a spell.
I have a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
No, perception is. Why can't I
It's
find?
time to spy. Pocket watch telescope.
Why can't I find perception on my list?
It should be
Oh no, there it is.
Uh,
Okay, diamonds. Sorry.
Yeah.
Diamonds. All right, never mind.
Yes. So I'll pocket watch,
Mhm.
spy thing, some spell casting, and mysterious fey powers.
there. As we gaze upon Oslo from above, we will fade out. And I want to thank everyone in chat and to our wonderful players. And let's exit the opposite that we came in. So, Trooper.
Hi, I'm Trooper SJP. I have been playing Adolfus Brandt, your action alchemist, who has known Lady Deirdre all of his life, and has also known Lady Zephyrine all of her life. And it's like it's a circle of life. You know what I mean? A circle of nerdery, circle of tinkering, and nobody has bad judgment. Certainly not at all. And I'm sure this letter meant to irritate Oberon will not be a problem, just be an irritation. Hey, maybe might even find out what the Voynich manuscript does. We don't know. It's unclear. But it's been lovely to be here. Thank you so much for being our host, Chris, and thank you for putting the show together, Prax. I'm so excited to be back in the world of Falkenstein. I bought this game when it first came out, and I remember reading it and being like, I am going to play this game. And so I'm very excited, but Prax knows I GM the game. I never got to actually play it. I only got to GM it. So I'm so excited to actually get to play it. And I'm going to give my love to all of us for keeping our accent straight. Sort of, most of the time. I mean, I missed it sometimes, but I was like, nope, now I'm turning Irish, get back to German. But I I worked it. So I want to say all love for all of our accent work. And thank you, Chris, for what amazing NPCs. And today's Sunday. You can find me, the next time you can find me RPGing will be next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel for part 4 of Through the Valley of the Dead, a post-dystopian Martian cowboy game. And that's me. And I'm going to turn it over, since we went the other way, to Lindy.
They're pointing the other direction.
Oh, this way. Sorry,
No,
Lindy.
Hi, 'tis I. Laugh, love, Lindy. Hi, it is me. That was fun. I'm figuring out Castle Falkenstein, which is the only art-story game I really hadn't played, so I'm very excited to be here and be playing this. And yes, Zephyrine has lofty aspirations. She's getting a list. She hasn't picked her big project that she's totally not going to use to try to impress the world crime organization.
Jules Verne?
And Jules Verne. Whoever gets there first. Really, it's not a race. It might be a race. My love goes to. I just loved our goody two shoes Adolf asking all the questions of our mysterious fairy godmother, Deirdre. Just being like, so like dinosaurs. It was very entertaining. I loved those interactions. And just pestering our host with the most would be like, tell me more about these things, because I'm a tinker and I need to figure out a project, so I'm going to ask you all the questions. And your NPCs that tinker, they don't tinker, they probably won't get asked many questions, but these, you were like, here's tinkers right off the bat, and I was like, all right, let's go. So that was fun. I can't wait to get to know Zephyrine a little bit more, but right now she's already quite entertaining to me, so I'm excited for next week, which is where you'll find me. You'll find me next on my channel on Tuesday night for Ghost of Saltmarsh, where it's going to be very fun times because we've got maybe a doppelganger, maybe an evil twin. Who knows? We don't. I mean, I do, but players don't. They'll figure it out, hopefully. Tracks of Terror, 1883, Call Cthulhu. They're in Idaho Springs, following the children who yearn for the mines. So deep into the mountains of Colorado, they seem to be disappearing. And I'm sure it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it being any eldritch thing at all in a Cthulhu campaign. I wouldn't worry about it. They also have children that they're both emotionally attached to now, but also are considering using as like divining rods to find the other children. And I'm sure that'll go fine. Baits, yeah, they can only it can only indwell is what I'm saying. That'll be Wednesday afternoon, and then Friday on Trooper SJP's channel for Martian Cowboys. I know it's not Martian Cowboys, but I'm gonna call it Martian Cowboys. Where I'm the Poppy Pepler has issues. That's all I'm gonna say. And then here next Sunday, where Zephrine has yet to develop issues.
Has no issues. It's
she has
totally
aspirations of issues, but no issues yet. You know what I'm saying? Like she's, she has aspirations. That's me.
Yep.
Well, I get to end this because I am here for the shenaniganry and the fun. But first of all, hey everybody, I'm your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel again. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Chris, for running this game. Thank you, Trooper and Lindy, for saying yes, because this is going to be the ultimate fun. We did warn Chris about the three of us being on the same side of the GM screen. We did warn him.
He was warned.
But in a good way.
Yeah. It'll be great. We'll have fun. I'm fine. I got to be your friendly neighborhood murder fairy godmother today, Lady Deirdre, who I just love that everything that comes out of this. I love the way in which the RP just naturally develops, because you playing with these fabulous people is absolutely fun. And by the time Adelwolf gets home, he will have a roof with a ventilation system, and a list of like pre-approved housekeepers who can take care of him.
Probably Dwarven would be great. You know what I mean? Like, basically.
Yeah.
When you said dwarf, I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Probably.
That might be a little bit complicated, but we're getting there. No, but it'll be great. I also love the fact that Chris just went with the fact is like, yes, Deirdre has an entire plan, and she has been weekly fucking up Lord Oberon's life on the low-level annoyance perpetual, and he knows exactly what he did, and he knows how to fix it. And the fact that he hasn't is just on him. Entirely on him. But it's like, oh, look, new ways to fuck with Oberon. And I can't wait, because this will be a lot of fun, and I am here for this murder fairy godmother encouraging Zephrine to do as she wishes, but not with guys who might murder her.
Or the rest of the world?
Super cool.
I didn't say that. I said about her.
I mean, if they are that committed to burn the rest of the world for her, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Moriarty, hey.
I love the extremes of morality. We have Adelwolf, who is fully morally good. We have Zephrine, who is fully, like, morally neutral, I want to say. Like, you
she hasn't done anything evil yet.
Yeah,
she wants to be.
it's not evil. It's you are true moral neutral in the fact that you just don't care about mores.
She swings both ways.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Fun.
Yeah.
Because she's like Jules Verne or Moriarty. Oh no. Oh, if they fought over me, that would be the worst.
Entirely. And Deirdre's dead set in the middle with the practicality of, like, you know what?
If only I could invent something that would entice them both.
We'll and it's like, yes, don't worry. We'll introduce you to, we'll figure this out. Morally pliable. Morally gray. I don't object to killing people. It's just the type of people that we might object to killing. But, as for me, so yes, I enjoyed all of this. I can't wait to see what happens next, and we come back next week. do want to give a shout out to Time, however, for staying up with all of us, by the way. Thank you, Time, for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. You can go to bed now. You can go to bed now. For those of you who don't know, Time is in Ireland.
Yeah.
It's a little bit earlier in his side of the pond. But we are going to be, as for me, hey everybody, I will be back tomorrow for more Dragon Age the Veilguard community rec playthrough. We're approaching endgame. We're not in endgame anywhere near it yet. We are in some fun times though. And that will continue pretty much every night, because that's what we do here. And then we'll be back here on Sunday for more Castle Falkenstein. Truly, madly, deeply Falkenstein.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anybody still up in this moment for us to send some love out into the universe? Cybernation Uncensored is playing some Castle Falkenstein. Or not Falkenstein.
Look at that.
They're not doing Falkenstein. We are. No, they're doing Vampire the Masquerade.
It's a little different.
A lot different. They're playing a lot different. But we'll send a raid over to them and send some love and joy, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.